Hey, have you ever been playing a wizard and thought to yourself, I wish this guy was a little more stabby? Did you ever get so good at street magic you accidentally became magic? Well, congratulations! You might be an Arcane Trickster. But what is an Arcane Trickster? Well, sharpen your knives, break out the top hat, and start practicing your close-up magic.
I have 2 red balls and nothing in my ass!
Because we're getting tricky.
Illusion, Michael. Trick is something a whore does for money.
When you were first introduced to D&D and started building a character, what traits did you want them to have? Were they a little dark, mysterious, dangerous, debonair, perhaps pansexual, and above all else, hot? Well, you made Loki! Yeah, just straight up Tom Hiddleston as Loki. That's your guy. And you also made an Arcane Trickster. But you start out as a plain old rogue, meaning you get cool rogue stuff like expertise. Rogues are good at stuff, and by default gooder than you, so they get a lot of skills. At level 1, you can choose 4 skills between acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth, on top of whatever skills you can grab from your background. Then you can get real good by gaining expertise in 2 of them, or 1 of them in your thieves' tools. Stealth is a go-to for many rogues, but this lets you flavor up your character however you want. You also get Sneak Attack, allowing you to find the target's weak spots and do a bunch of damage at one time.
Now that's a lot of damage!
This equates to an extra d6 every 2 levels you take in Rogue, maxing out at 10d6. You must be using a finesse or ranged weapon, have advantage on the roll, or have an ally within 5 feet of the target. And you'll know you have advantage because asking your DM every turn if you have Sneak Attack will never get old for anyone.
What could... It is not that complicated.
You also get Thieves' Cant. Thieves' Cant what? Thieves can't make up a language that makes sense, apparently. Basically, you talk like this.
I can't understand your accent.
And only other people who know the can't can understand. Even though this is explained as a code thieves use to stay secret, every guild uses the same one. So yeah, seems smart. But don't you worry, your DM will never remember this exists anyway. Second level gives us Cunning Action. Now here's the good. This allows you to dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action. The hide ability is especially useful as mechanically all enemies have baby brains, and as long as you can beat their passive perception with a stealth check, you can hug a dagger at them every round with advantage. At third level, we become a for real Arcane Trickster. We gain something super special. Can you guess what it is? Go on. No wrong answers. Can you... That's right, baby! One of those books you stole must have been full of magic like the hat on a snowman, cause
You're a wizard, Harry.
well, kind of. But this does open us up to a ton of potential to combo with our rogue abilities. While for now you only have access to illusion and enchantment spells, your list has some absolute bangers on it. For example, did the dragon your DM accidentally introduce too soon in the campaign just hit you with a nat 20? You can Silvery Barbs that as a reaction to give that dragon disadvantage and give yourself a free sneak attack on your next hit. Want to make some extra money for the party? Use your expertise with deception and cast Distort Value to convince the NPC's shopkeep that that piece of driftwood you found on the ground was actually really nice driftwood. And of course, you get Mage Hand as a cantrip. Your Mage Hand, however, is slick as hell. Not only is it now invisible, you can straight up snatch shit out of people's pockets like an NPC in Skyrim with a sleight of hand check. Still waiting on the ability to look through their inventory and see what you want though. Arcane Trickster buff when? You can also control the hand as a bonus action using your Cunning Action ability so you can hit a bad guy with an arrow and rob him at the same time. I call it the classic shoot and loot. You also get Steady Aim as an optional ability. You can essentially burn everything but your action to gain automatic advantage on your next attack, but since you have so much to do spell-wise, this one isn't as useful for you, but could come in handy in a pinch. 5th level gives us Uncanny Doge, Stop It, Dodge. This allows us to burn a reaction to half the damage on an incoming attack as long as you can see the attacker. Great thing about this is that you can save those precious D8 hit dice since you usually don't have a ton to invest in Constitution, allowing us to stay
one jump ahead of the breadline, one swing ahead of the sword.
Level 6 gives us expertise in 2 more skills or 1 skill in your Thieves' Tools. If you took Persuasion, use it to bribe guards with a charmed person, or if you took Performance, distract your opponents with a card trick and then make a getaway. Level 7 gets us Evasion and 2nd level spells. Evasion is an incredible skill that allows you to take half damage on a failed dex saving throw and no damage on a successful one. Like those guys who walk away from explosions, you have learned to be completely unaffected by blast force winds and something that should absolutely shatter your eardrums to look as sick as possible. As far as spells go, you got a lot of great choices here. Invisibility is an obvious choice for a rogue, but you also have Mirror Image, making you super annoying to hit. Hold Person can result in an auto crit, letting you make the most of those sneak attacks, or cast Magic Mouth on a treasured statue of a hero in the middle of the village square to make it call everybody who passes by a scrumph muncher and watch as they try to figure out if that's an insult or not. Wait, it's level 8. So remember how I said you have to stick to enchantment and illusion spells? Well, at level 8, your Arcane Trickster gets a Brain Blast and you can pick one wizard spell from any school. Some obvious choices are Shield for some extra protection, Cloud of Daggers for straight damage, or Web to lock an enemy in place. Level 9 already? Here we get Magical Ambush. What a cool ability. If you cast a spell on a creature that you are hidden from, they get disadvantage on the saving throw. I love this ability and wish more subclasses had neat stuff like this. Not only does it fit perfectly with the theme of a character who uses magic in sneaky and subversive ways, it is actually mechanically fun to use. Okay, so this next one is legitimately one of my favorite abilities in the game. At level 11, rogues get Reliable Talent, meaning you can never roll below a 10 on an ability you are proficient in. Meaning if you invested in Dex and took expertise in Stealth, the minimum you can roll on a hide check at this level is a 23, and it will keep going up to a minimum of 27. If you're going to be a skill monkey, that monkey's got to have skills, man. But this also means you can do this with other abilities too. Want people to never know if you're telling the truth? Expertise in Deception. Want to be the ultimate grappler? Expertise in Athletics. Want to make the party pet a gibbering mouther? Animal handling? Maybe? Medicine to make it feel better? Or Arcana to kill it with fire? Versatile Trickster lets you give your opponent the hand at level 13. Literally. You can now use your Mage Hand to shove it in your opponent's face and give yourself advantage on a roll. Your Mage Hand can't lift things and isn't very strong, but it can give the Mummy Lord some wet little slaps on the face until he's distracted enough for a sneak attack. You also get 3rd level spells like Hypnotic Pattern to confuse and distract your enemy, or Major Image to create an illusory porta potty to hide in while making a getaway. 14th level gives us Blind Sense, letting you hear invisible creatures within 10 feet of you, but it also gets us 3rd level spells from any school. So many great options here. Flame Arrows, Fly, Haste, Vampiric Touch, and of course, Fireball. 15th level gains us proficiency in Wisdom saving throws through Slippery Mind, but 17th level gives us the ability Spell Thief. This is another one I absolutely love as it fits the theme of the Arcane Trickster so well. When an enemy casts a spell on you, you can use a reaction to not only negate the spell entirely by forcing a spell save against them with their spell mod, you add that spell to your list. It does not have to be a wizard spell, and for the next 8 hours you can cast the spell as long as you have the spell level for it, and the enemy spellcaster cannot. At level 18, you have learned the skills of the Sneaky Snake to make sure no one gets advantage on you, and level 19 gives us 4th level spells. Greater Invisibility is an amazing choice here, but there are so many good options, especially at the next level, which is right now. Stroke of Luck is our capstone at level 20. Once a day, you can turn a missed attack into a hit, or if you fail an ability check somehow, you can instead treat that d20 roll as a straight 20. Need to out-grapple the Barbarian? How about get unlost from the forest? Need to read a book so much gooder? You got it with Stroke of Luck. You also get one last 4th level spell to choose from any school, and boy you got options! Polymorph, Wall of Fire, Dimension Door, I could go on, but you get it, our cups runneth over. This subclass is just so full of flavor! All of the Arcane Trickster abilities you get are the things you would want to feel like a sneaky little mage. You also have great mechanical synergy with the rogue abilities in and out of combat, making it a powerful subclass in its own right. I do have a special place in my heart for martial classes, but that little bit of extra magic I think sets the Arcane Trickster apart enough for it to be in a league of its own. Is it strong? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. Will you get what you're looking for if you wanted to try a Loki cosplay? Yes. Well, what more can you ask for? So if you're a fan of causing mayhem, dropped out of wizard school but pretty much got the gist of it, and specialize in a very unique kind of magic,
I take the little white rope, I place it in my ass.
You might be an Arcane Trickster.